I have had a passion for engineering since my early childhood. This fascination was probably passed down to me from my grandfather, who was an engineer. I spent a lot of time with him, and it had a great impact on my perception of the world. Together, we worked on various projects, and I was constantly doing something with my hands. In addition, my mother gave me a magazine, which became a window for me into the world of art and culture. In one of the issues, there was an article about Vincent van Gogh, and for some reason, it impressed me so much that I remembered it for many years. I was still very young, perhaps around 5 or 6 years old, but this article left a deep mark on me. As time went on in school, I realized that my favorite subject became drawing. I loved the classes where we were constantly sawing, drilling, and working with various materials. These lessons gave me the opportunity to bring my ideas into physical form. I started thinking about how to merge these two worlds. At first, I did not know that a profession called designer existed. I was aware of engineers and artists, but designers were never mentioned. This was a revelation for me. Perhaps in this, I found my niche, my calling. I realized that I love metal. It attracts me because it is a material that can be worked with to create something new. Metal is my material. I truly enjoy working with it, but I am especially drawn to what can be called destructive metal. It fascinates me. If I think about it, perhaps it is because such metal inherently has a specific form and function, and that function is often tied to destruction, to the power embedded in it from the very beginning. I perceive military metal as a unique material. Some people work with wood, some with plaster or other materials, but for me it is metal, especially of this kind, that holds a special allure. I love its energy, its strength, and its ability to transform into something entirely new. I enjoy studying the blueprints of rockets and shells, their functionality, and the principles behind their design. I am fascinated by the very concept of weaponry because it embodies extremes, danger, and, interestingly, a sense of style. There is a certain aesthetic in all of this that surprises and provokes thought. For me, the creative process happens spontaneously, almost randomly. My mind constantly generates images, and I work to gather and shape them. I work more with my thoughts than with my hands. I am always generating ideas, which gradually come together into a cohesive vision. Whether I am walking or lost in thought, these images start to align, transforming into something new, as my mind is filled with countless impressions waiting to take form. When I had been to combat zones many times and witnessed the aftermath of destruction, it always left a deep impression on me. The very fact that shells or rockets can completely destroy a building evokes mixed emotions. Later, when you see these ruined structures and find fragments of shells or pieces of rockets there, a strange feeling arises. It seems as though if this fragment landed here, it somehow belongs to this place. It becomes a part of the story of this location, an integral element, a symbol of what happened there. I collected all these fragments during my trips with friends to combat zones. We pondered what to do with them next and how these materials could be used. I believe that these objects have their own history and cannot simply be left behind. They are a part of our life, a part of our memory. All these impressions and images left a deep mark on my consciousness, and I am trying to embody them in my creativity. I am confident that my passions can connect engineering and art, and I hope to realize this in the future.